I'm Dave Harding. This is a meditation for getting organised. Perhaps just releasing some of the stress about all the things you have to think about on a day-to-day basis. So find yourself in a comfortable position, certainly not driving or any other activity that requires your concentration. Just simply somewhere where you can relax and perhaps even close your eyes. Allow yourself to begin to relax even more. One of the easiest ways to do this is to focus all of your attention on your breathing. And just regular breathing. So that as you breathe in, you're taking the air and oxygen that's available. And with every breath out, just simply letting go. Perhaps letting go of any stress or tension that might be there. You may begin to notice that each breath can be more relaxing than the breath before that. Each and every breath, just simply more relaxed now. As you begin to focus on your breathing, I'd like you to take a big, deep breath in, remembering to be followed by a big, deep breath out. You just may notice that the big, deep breaths can be more relaxing than the regular breaths. Just each breath allowing you to become more and more relaxed. Just simply letting go more and more relaxed. As you continue to focus on your breathing, be aware of all the sounds, inside, outside. Perhaps noticing the sound of your breathing, the sound of your heart beating. Sounds outside, traffic, the weather, other people. Certainly the sound of my voice. And allow each and every sound to help you relax, so that each sound is more relaxed, each breath more relaxed. As you continue to relax, I'd like you to take a moment to just think about your thoughts. So in the first instance, thinking about a thought from the past, and any thought of the past, and something quite insignificant really. First day of school, last day of school, perhaps a birthday in years gone by, or just anything at all where you remember it. Notice in your mind where that memory resides. Notice which direction it is. The pictures, the sounds, the feelings, everything associated with the memories of the past. And you may think of more than one memory of the past and notice where those thoughts and memories reside in your mind, where the pictures are, the sounds, the thoughts and feelings, and everything resides for all memories in the past. And thank them for being there, because it is all the past experiences that allow us to be who we are today. The things we've seen, the things we've heard, the things we've experienced, the things we've felt. All of those things just contributing to who we are today, simply because they happened in the past. And just take another big deep breath in, remembering to follow by a big deep breath out. I'd like you to think about the present, something in the now, and it could be right now as you're listening to this, or just before you were listening to this. How you got yourself comfortable, and the room you're in, the place you're in, and think about those thoughts and memories of the now. Notice where in your mind the now is stored. All the pictures, all the sounds, all the feelings, all the thoughts and experiences of the now. Just noticing where they're stored in your mind. Just being in the now. Perhaps that breath that you're taking now. Just notice where all the thoughts, all the memories, all the pictures and sounds, the entire experience and the feelings are stored in the now. And thank it for being there, because the only now that we have is that breath we take now, that heartbeat we take now. It's nice and it's reasonable to expect that there'll be more heartbeats and there'll be more breaths in the future, and that's good. But truly, the only one we have is the one we have now. That thought, that breath, that heartbeat, now. And of course, thank that for being here too, because it's only in having that breath now and that heartbeat now that you're able and capable of experiencing now. So thank it for being here. It's here, it's now. And perhaps taking another big deep breath in, being sure to be followed by a big deep breath out. And then I'd like you to think about your future. And maybe that's your 50th birthday, your 100th birthday, whatever it may be in the future. Just think about that moment in the future. All the sights, all the sounds, all the thoughts and memories of where that resides in your mind. Notice which direction that's in. All the thoughts, all the memories, the sights and sounds, all the feelings and experiences of the future. Thank them for being there. For it's all of these things in our mind that allow our minds to be the minds that they are, to allow us to think things and know things. And I'd like you to thank your mind for presenting that to you. And then just bring yourself back into the now. Perhaps taking another big deep breath in. Remembering it should always be followed by a big deep breath out. Just all the breathing, just regular breaths. That heartbeat now, that breath now, is all that's important, is what you have in the now. Part of getting organised is all the things that perhaps some people have running in their minds. They might be known as to-do lists. And they might not even be lists, it might just be random thoughts that come flying in from every direction. Oh, what am I going to cook? What am I going to wear? What's going to be happening tomorrow and the day after that? And what's going to be happening in an hour from now? And what's going to be... And don't worry about those just for now. Just for now. I'd like you to concentrate on that breath that you're having just now. That heartbeat you're taking just now. And if it helps to take another big deep breath in, feel free to do that, remembering it should always be followed by a big deep breath out. And for now I'd like you to just think of your favourite colour. And when you think of your favourite colour, get that colour in your mind. And what I'd like you to do is, just in front of you and perhaps a bit to the left or a bit to the right, maybe even a bit above you, but certainly not directly in front of you. Choose a bit to the left, a bit above or a bit to the right. And what I'd like you to do is to place a big billboard of your favourite colour a little bit off into the distance, let's say 1 year off into the future, and then perhaps another billboard a year after that, and just continuing putting those big billboards in your favourite colour as many years as you would like into the advance. That might be 5, it might be 10, it might be all the way to the end. and beyond. And on those big billboards, if there's anything significant, would you like to place on those billboards 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now? Just simply place that on the billboard in the appropriate time in the future, remembering it should be off to the left, off to the right, or perhaps a bit above you. But anything of significance in those yearly milestones, just simply place them on those boards at that time in the future. And I'd like you to think of another favourite colour. And with this next favourite colour, between now and that billboard 1 year from now, I'd like you to place 12 billboards, perhaps a little bit smaller, so you can still see the 1 year billboards, but you can see the 12-month billboards between now and the first year, between the first year and the second year, and for however many years in advance you've placed the billboards. Just simply place those 12 monthly billboards between each year. And if there's anything you'd like to place on those billboards between now and however far off into the future your billboards go, just simply do that now. It could be birthdays, it could be special events, it could be holidays, it could be whatever's right for you. Just place them on those monthly milestones. And of course your unconscious can work as quickly as it likes, and it can continue to do this even while we perhaps even think of the next favourite colour. That these can represent the weeks in the months. And it's typically 4 weeks in a month, and I know sometimes it's 4.5, and there's 48 weeks to 12 months. There's 52 weeks in a year, so you can place some additional ones somewhere if you like. But by and large, there's 4 weeks between each month. You place those a little bit lower so you can still see the monthly billboards and the yearly billboards off into the distance, a little bit to the left, a little bit above, or a little bit to the right of your mind. And then just simply place on those weekly billboards. These ones are probably more likely to be populated closer to you. Perhaps things you need to get done next week, the week after that, or the coming weeks ahead. And certainly if you've got other things to place at other times, feel free to do that too. That's perfectly okay. Just whatever you need to place on those weekly billboards in the future. And of course you can continue to do this at any time, and as things come to your mind, feel free to place them where they belong. The correct week, the correct month, the correct year. And then think of your next favourite colour. Your next favourite colour represents the days between the weeks, for the 7 days in every week. And what I would like for you to do is place 7 billboards a little bit below the weekly billboards, so you can still see the weekly billboards between the monthly billboards and the yearly billboards. And what I'd like you to do is just simply populate on the daily billboards anything you need to populate. Anything you're planning for today, tomorrow, the weekend, next week. Any of those thoughts that perhaps consume your mind, just simply place it on the day that it's appropriate, so you can think about it and act upon it on that day, instead of giving it time and energy now when it's perhaps not required. And of course, if it does require time and energy now, then that's something for today's billboard, not a billboard in the future. And allow yourself to allow time to pour yourself energy into that thought and that memory of the future. And just simply allowing all of those things to take place. And as a nice little surprise, if there's anything of significance on the daily, the weekly, the monthly or the yearly billboards that you would like to be bigger and brighter and bolder, well, feel free to do that. Make the images bigger, brighter and bolder, the letters bigger, brighter and bolder. Make the billboards bigger, brighter and bolder, so that it's something to look forward to, so that it's something that you just know you're going to enjoy with every breath you take, every heartbeat you have. And just simply fill it with joy, with love, with the brightness and boldness and with everything that's right for you. Knowing that any thoughts that come into your mind, they can simply be placed on the appropriate billboard, whether that's today, tomorrow, next week, next month, next year. Just simply place it on the billboard that it belongs, so that when that day arrives, you'll know that it's there and you can act upon it appropriately. Or when today's billboard is complete, or it gets to the end of the day, and if there's still things on there, you can simply make the decision as whether they roll over to the billboard of the next day, or whether they're just not important at all, and well, that billboard can just be swiped away and gone forever now, because that day has happened, like your past has happened, and it's all of those heartbeats and all of those breaths in the past that have allowed you to become who you are today. Nowhere near as important as the breath and the heartbeat you take now. And of course, expecting that there'll be breaths and heartbeats in the future to spend with loved ones, family, friends, other people, even by yourself. Each and every breath, each and every heartbeat, all that you have right now, all that's important right now, and any thoughts about anything in the future, just simply place it where it belongs in the future. So when that billboard arrives, you can simply immerse yourself in that thought, that time, that place, then and there. Every breath, every heartbeat. So I'll leave you for about a minute or so, just allow you to perhaps organise any of those thoughts that need to go on those billboards, whether they're placed a little bit to the left, a little bit above, a little bit to the right, into the future. Just allow yourself to think of those thoughts for now. And then coming into full awareness now. That breath, that heartbeat that you take now, perhaps even just opening your eyes, being aware of each and every breath, each and every heartbeat, feeling relaxed, organised, and just knowing that you can place anything on the billboards at any time, now and in the future. Just simply organised, relaxed, enjoying each and every breath, each and every heartbeat you take in life, in love.